Is an astronomy program simulator of the sky over Jerusalem in the evening of Jesus' Last Supper. According to the first three Gospels of the New Testament, it was a ritual Passover meal called Seder, but according to the fourth Gospel of John, it was held on the night before the Seder. Here at 29, John records that the disciple believed Judas was going to buy provisions for the Seder on the next night. After this Last Supper, Jesus is arrested, tried, and executed. In John specifically say that this was the day of preparation for the Passover, that is to say, Passover Eve. Passover. It always occurs on the first full moon of spring, narrowing down Jesus' crucifixion to the years 30 to 33. We find an astronomical event of a full moon on April 8, 30 AD. That means that Jesus was crucified on April 7, 30 AD. Jesus is a map of Jerusalem at the time. Jesus was buried either in the north side of the city called Bezeta or anywhere near the city walls in the south. According to Acts, Jesus lived after the crucifixion 40 days and then was taken up to heaven. According to Luke, here at 50:51, Jesus was uplifted to heaven from Bethany. Images taken from the Talpiot ridge looking due north show Jerusalem with the Temple Mount and the Old City to the left, Mount of Olives to the right, and the village of Bethany on its southern slope. This is quite close to the Talpiot ridge, as you can see. The Talpiot tomb is located about 200 meters to the south of where the pictures were taken on the ridge. This is the concrete slab covering the tomb. This is the facade of the tomb. The tomb contained 10 bone boxes or ossuaries like these two from the Israel Museum. One of them is actually from the Talpiot. This ossuary translates to Jesus, son of Joseph. This mark directly preceding the name Jesus, son of Joseph is the letter Tav in ancient Hebrew script, which probably stood for messianic expectations in Judaism as early as 100 years before Jesus. This is inscribed Maria, the Latin form of Mary. This bone box is inscribed Yoseh, a contraction of the name Joseph. This passage in Mark records the nickname José as a second brother of Jesus. The inscription on this ossuary translates to Matthew. These passages from the New Testament Gospels of Matthew and Mark show that a person called Matthew was also called Levi, son of Alphaeus, and Alphaeus was a brother of Joseph, the father of Jesus. We know this by connecting certain dots in the New Testament and external Christian sources. The New Testament mentions several times a certain Clophas, transliteration of Chalphi in Aramaic. A document called the Papias Papyrus stated that Alphaeus is Clophas, and that Gesippus, as cited by Eusebius, stated that Clophas is Jesus' brother. This ossuary marked Mary and Martha, two women. They must have been sisters because Jewish law did not allow burial together of two unrelated women. The inscription on this ossuary translates to Judah, son of Jesus. Therefore, out of 8 names actually inscribed on these ossuaries, including the Joseph, father of Jesus, on the first ossuary, 4 names undoubtedly relate to Jesus' immediate family, and 3 other names relate to the same with a somewhat lower probability. In any event, they all relate to Jesus' extended family. The 8th name is Yehuda bar Yeshua, must have been the son of Jesus and one of the sisters, Mary or Martha. More likely Mary, as explained before. This Mary, sister of Martha, could or could not have been Mary Magdalene. The astronomy simulations were made with a program called Starry Night. The name drawings were taken from Rachmani's catalog of Jewish ossuaries in the state of Israel. The pictures are all mine. Whether Jesus had been resurrected or, as is my theory, has survived his crucifixion, he probably died at Bethany, and from there was taken to Talpiot, where his ossuary was found in 1980. Thank you.